Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, first let me appreciate the warm welcome by the people and the leadership of this county to all of us who are attending this occasion today. Thank you very much for welcoming us. Let me also congratulate the leadership of the Pastoralist Leadership Summit for organizing this occasion, and I am honored to participate in this important event and address this esteemed gathering of leaders from Kenya's pastoralist communities. Previous editions of this forum have not only been enlightened, but have also provided valuable insights that inform the development and implementation of crucial policies, programs, and projects. I am confident that this fourth Pastoralist Leadership Forum and Summit will uphold that tradition and deliver meaningful outcomes that will inform, and I have listened very carefully to the patron who has read some of the resolutions here. Some of the resolutions that you have arrived at in this forum will inform policy of government going forward. This forum underscores the aspirations of our pastoralist communities for resilience, productivity, sustainability, and economic transformation. It also demonstrates our shared commitment to pursuing and achieving shared inclusive growth at all levels and in every part of the Republic of Kenya. The work set out for this summit is both substantial and significant, requiring pastoralist leadership to rigorously evaluate the implementation process of policies and programs, identify gaps in the strategies as we implement, and formulate a clear way forward to enhance pastoralist value chains, unlock development financial resources, generate higher incomes, and promote inclusive economic transformation. This summit must also address policy weaknesses and implementation bottlenecks while developing effective mechanisms to create more opportunities for all, especially our young people and women. I see the women leadership here speak with a lot of passion and defend their place in leadership of our country. They should have recognized, however, that the CS responsible for this event is equally a pastoralist girl from the body of this pastoralist summit. The summit must also, in an implicit message that consistently emanates from this forum, and it must be clear, by working together in unity, we can overcome historical marginalization, promote inclusion, foster equity, and deliver prosperity for not just this region, but for the rest of the country as well. I listened to the chair of the FCDC, and he said correctly that the fortunes of our pastoralist communities are intertwined with the fortunes of the rest of Kenya. There cannot be, in my very honest analysis, a progressive Kenya without a progressive pastoralist community. 85% of Kenya is arid and semi-arid. And therefore, if we have to speak positively about the progress of Kenya, it is not possible to leave behind 85% of Kenya that is arid and semi-arid. And therefore, it is imperative that as we plan the way forward, if we have to move the country together, and if we have to tap into the potential that exists in our country, the pastoralist arid and semi-arid areas must be part and parcel, if not central, to the development of Kenya going forward. In any case, the greatest potential today exists not in the rest of Kenya, but the greatest potential exists in arid and semi-arid areas, in the pastoralist community areas. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to our development partners who have been strong supporters of this organization, in particular to thank the Swiss ambassador and the UNDP lead for your participation, your belief in this forum, and your support, as always. Your consistent support has been invaluable and has gone a long way to facilitate the implementation of important strategic objectives. Thank you for complementing the government support in this event and in the programs that we run together. To build on the foundation of previous summits, pastoralist leadership must effectively address financial and policy challenges hindering the full realization of economic potential of pastoralist people and region. Key areas that call for strategic attention include ending drought emergencies, scaling up fodder production, formulating a camel value chain strategy, privatizing livestock vaccines, and improving the overall livestock sector. I am very clear in my mind, and I have given very firm instruction to the minister responsible for agriculture and especially livestock on the focus on livestock. We haven't given livestock the attention it deserves. And I am very clear in my mind that it can contribute much more significantly to our GDP if we had correct policy initiatives funded appropriately as is required and provided an offtake mechanism for our livestock keepers. Let me say the following, that in our strategy, livestock from dairy to beef and everything in between is part and parcel of what we imagine and believe that this should inform the way forward, especially in developing our agriculture and livestock sector. It is the reason why we have made a conscious decision to expand market for our livestock products. We must think about market for our meat products. We must think about market for our skin and hides. We must think about markets for the entirety of the livestock value chain. It is the reason why we have committed £1 billion shillings to complete, for example, the Kenanye project that is going to deal with our skins and hides. It is the reason why we are investing in Narok, additional resources to make sure that we build the capacity for handling our hides and skins and to begin the journey to make sure that these hides and skins translate into products, whether we talk about shoes or other leather products manufactured in Kenya. Early next year, I will be presiding over the Kenanye project opening that will give us 500 acres with the most modern treatment plant that will be available in Kenya. And I am asking the pastoralist community, as we provide offtake for your skins and hides, we must work backwards with counties so that we can make sure that the recovery of hides and skins from our abattoirs, from our other facilities that are being used is both correct and we use the right equipment, because some of the time we lose a lot of that skins and hides because of the flaying mechanism and the flaying capability. Mweke here and his team, the PS responsible, are working on building a relationship with counties so that we can train the flayers, we can make sure that we give you the correct knives for flaying so that we enhance the recovery of hides and skins so that we can use them to drive our economy and especially on the livestock products space. Secondly, we are also working, and I want county governments, especially from these pastoralist communities, to work with us on making sure that we improve on the breed of the livestock that we have, both for milk and for beef. When I met Prime Minister Modi, we agreed that we are going to have a collaborative program that is going to enhance the quality and the types of livestock that we keep, especially those that are sensitive and those that can sustain the climatic condition that exists in our arid and semi-arid areas. And therefore, we have a whole array of interventions, and we are looking at how we can reduce the cost of artificial insemination, how we can make it much more accessible, and how we can build the capacity to produce more locally. Also, to make sure that we open up market for our livestock products, we must manage our disease prevalence. We must manage the diseases that come with ticks and all the other things that come along. And it is the reason why I have made a policy decision that because we have never been able to manage disease around Kenya, because we vaccinate in one county, the other county has not vaccinated, disease move from here to there. We are going to carry out a national campaign, a national vaccination exercise that is going to make sure that we vaccinate our 22 million heads of cattle and 50 million heads of small stock, goats and sheep. And that exercise is because it is necessary. That vaccination is necessary because we want to create a disease-free country, and so that we can market our livestock products to destinations that today we have been denied access to certain destinations because of our disease control inadequacies. That is the primary reason. And for the avoidance of doubt, the vaccines that we will be using are produced in Kenya by Kenyans. Kevevapi, our own institution is going to produce these vaccines. We have one of the largest vaccine producers in Africa, in Kenya. Today, we are selling vaccines to other countries. And I want to tell livestock keepers, starting from myself, because among the livestock that is going to be vaccinated is my own cattle. You know? So, there is an evil spirit in Kenya that is resident in some leaders. They churn out falsehood. They oppose everything for the sake of opposing. I mean, foot and mouth disease, PPR, are diseases we have been fighting ever since I was born. It is nothing new. So anybody opposing vaccination to eliminate FMD and PPR is simply mad and unreasonable and possibly stupid. I mean, honestly, how else can you explain? You know? Or maybe they don't have cattle. Maybe they don't understand what this is all about. You know? So if you are used to planting things, you don't know about livestock, please, when we are having a conversation about